As we thought about how we're going to spend these ESSER $3, I think, in Boulder Valley, we're looking at around 16 million. How do we, number one, make sure that we are really clear with our community that we value their thoughts and opinions? And how do we gather their input on what we should be considering? We've developed a weighted and differentiated funding model that aligns our dollars to not only the kids who need it the most, but the schools who have the largest chunk of those kids. And so we put schools in three categories. The first category would be flexible support. And these are our schools where, for the most part, the schools are where we want them to be. The middle group is targeted support, which is they're not where they want us to be, but they're not super far away from that. And then our high support schools are our 5 schools in our district that have just significant needs, large populations of students that are struggling. So every kid gets a base weighting of $50. And then every student in our flexible support who's in special education would get an additional $50. Anyone who's in free and reduced lunch would get an additional $75. Anyone who English language would get a language learner would get another $50. And if there's a student who made all those categories, we would give all those dollars. So for our flexible support, we did those base weightings. For our targeted support, we multiplied all the weightings times 2. And for our high support, we weighted all the weights times 10. So we have $17.5 million. A big chunk of those dollars for our high support schools is going to be coming from ESSER. The other targeted and flexible support dollars will be coming from one-time dollars. We're making a 3-year commitment to be able to do this, and this is all with one-time funding. So if schools who wanted to employ somebody, it could be a multi-year employment. I feel like the writing is almost already on the wall, where folks are already preparing to criticize public schools districts if we aren't mindful in how we invest these dollars. I just think that there is a risk that folks will do the same old, and we're going to have to invest new thought, new energy, and it's going to have to be incredibly strategic, and we're going to have to set ourselves up to understand whether the investments that we're making are working.